thing is that there's many ways to play it. And so you don't want to be necessarily stuck in one strategy. Like, as I've said the whole time, spread your eggs. Like, don't go all into just one thing. Like, try a few different things. Have some Hedron staked, have some ICOSA staked, have some liquid Hedron, have some liquid ICOSA, have some liquid Hex, have some HSIs. And that way you can kind of maneuver. So, okay, the yields are amazing now. I was planning on keeping my HSIs, but well, I've won a whole bunch of them. Maybe I'll just put some of the smaller ones back in to get some ICOSA to bump up how much yield I'm getting. And that was also refueling the auctions. And then if you're thinking about accumulating heaps and heaps of ICOSA, you kind of have to start thinking as a whale, which is a different kind of mentality, because you want to start making moves that are going to like enhance the whole system, like providing liquidity and things like that, rather than just trying to, dump it all at once or whatever. I mean, obviously there's going to be people that do that, but like, I think it's smart. A smarter play is to have maneuverability.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
What do you guys got to say this? Yield farming on Hex, ICOSA pair, high volatility for high potential. Is that, in your all's mind, strategy, pros, cons? Like, is that something that you can see people doing?
I mean, it makes sense. Even though there's a high volatility, you can predict where the ceiling is and where it's going to come back to when it recovers. You know where the T-share rate's going to be at all times. Basically, all the parameters of when ICOSA is running well, where it's going to be, and you can keep your spread where it needs to be over time. And I mean, if you're expecting there to be high volatility like in these auctions, I think actually if you look at the Hex ICOSA pair, like 40K liquidity was removed because I'm sure those guys were thinking, I don't want to hold in here in case it doesn't come back up right away. And then, I got one side wiped depending on the spread. But yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts too. I think it's quite interesting. It could be quite lucrative.
Well, you don't really want high volatility for when you're LPing. What you prefer is low volatility so that you can have most of your stuff in a tighter range. But what you want is high trading volume. Mm-hmm. So trading volume is really one you want to look out for, and how much of a share you have of that pool as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategy involved in LPing. I wish we had Wendy's ear again, because that guy, he knows a lot about LPing. And there's a lot of other people. I don't mean to single anybody out, but there's a lot of people in this community that know a lot about LPing. And if you bend their ear once in a while, you'll pick up little snippets. But for example, with the ICOSA Hex pair leading into the auctions, I mean, what a great time to pull your liquidity, expecting that ceiling to kind of break and for it to come down. Come down away from the ceiling, and just throw a nice little, Hex dip right there to just collect that dip. And you want it volatile in that scenario, don't you? You want that to come down and fill your position as it comes down, then pull it again, let it come back up again. And now you got a nice little profit. What, 30-40% probably?
Yeah.
Like overnight.
It's hard to time those things though.
These guys, that's all they do. That is all they do, is they watch this stuff. And they got tools I've never even heard of before.
That's great.